Here's a neat little item I have in my collection. This is a vintage Lionel number 60 trolley. Has an odd reverse feature in it as well. This came out sometime in the mid to late 50s. One of my friends' dad had one of these on his Lionel layout he had in the basement that went from one side of the layout to the other. And I was always fascinated by it. I thought it was the coolest little train. Never had one back then. This one I got from my friends up at East Carolina Collectibles up in Robertsonville, North Carolina. I went up there and reviewed a bunch of Lionel stuff. They get in a lot of vintage locomotives, some newer ones and things. I went through everything to make sure, tested what would work, all that good, oiled them up, all that good stuff so they could sell them. And for doing that, they gave me this. I was ecstatic to get this. Had to do a little bit of work on it. It didn't really work when I got it. I had to free up the electric motor inside. It had a bunch of film built up on the commutators. I cleaned up the commutator, cleaned up the brushes. Did some other work on it, oiled up everything, oiled all the running gear. Everything's working perfectly fine now. So take a closer look at it here. Now this is one of the more common versions. There's one that has black lettering, which is a little more rare, and I think the rarest one has red lettering from what research I did online. But I got the most common one here. See those silhouettes of the people inside? It does light up when it's running, and then here's the bumper on the front. So when you hit the end of the track, that pushes in, flips the direction of the pickup. This bumper comes out, and the trolley goes this way. It's kind of cool. It has that little action on top. It doesn't do anything. It's just there for looks. You can't pick up any kind of electricity off of it or anything like that. Here we go underneath. You can see the center contacts and the running wheels. I've always liked trolleys. I think trolleys are actually incredible. They're pretty cool. There's some other accessories I'm going to show with this trolley running. We'll talk about those now. First up, we have the Lionel 156 passenger platform. It is lighted. You see the little lights up there. I got wires installed on the bottom, hook up the positive and negative. I picked this up at a really cool train store in Raleigh, North Carolina called Nick's Trains. It wasn't like this. I didn't have any of the advertisement or the gate, the fence in between. The bulbs were missing. So I had to do a little bit of restoration work on it and got everything to where it looks like it does now. This is what my buddy's dad had on his layout as well. So it'd be kind of cool. I thought it'd be kind of cool to get some of the pieces he had on his layout that the trolley ran through when I make this video. And I like the little signs down here. We have, for exciting experiments, get the Lionel Chem Lab. Whatever growing Willie needs. We have Campbell's Soups. We have Fleer's Bubblegum. Big Good. Never heard of that bubblegum. Arex Spinning Reels, Rods and Lines. These are metal. Now these aren't original. These are reproductions that I found online to get this looking nice. I couldn't find original ones that were in any good shape. This is something I plan on keeping. I'm not going to sell or anything like that. Then on the bottom down here you can see some of the stampings. It shows you where to connect the power. Made in the USA of America. The Lionel Corporation. Talks about using only Lionel 156-13 6 to 8 volt lamp for replacement. And then number 156 platform. Now the bulbs weren't too bad to find. I found some bulbs on eBay, not eBay, Amazon. And the part number of these were, is that a part number? Well, they're number 53 bulbs. That's what I remember what I went looking for was number 53 bulbs. But these weren't bad. I don't remember how much they were. They weren't very expensive at all. And there's quite a few of them in here. Take one out and you can take a look at it. So you see what kind of bulbs they are. They got the little T thing at the bottom. They don't screw in. They kind of go in and twist a little bit. These bulbs work in this and also in the light-up bumpers as well. Put those away. Back in the drawer you go. Also, next thing to take a look at is the Lionel girder bridge. Very classic Lionel accessory. Been around for years. I don't remember when this came out. I don't even see any stampings on it to tell me. But I remember seeing one of these on his layout. It's got a metal base, plastic sides, says Lionel on it. Pretty nice accessory. And of course, if you're having a point-to-point trolley system, you got to have bumpers. And I've always liked these Lionel lighted bumpers. These are post-war. This is number 260. And the contacts for it are here on the sides and right here in the center. So it's powered off the track, and its brightness will change depending on how fast you got the trolley running. And right up here is the bulb. You get access to it by twisting this off like so. There's the bulb inside. Really nice accessory. Plus it's spring-loaded as well. And it mounts to the track really easy. Basically what you do is you just stick it over the track like so, slide it forward to the back tie. It's right here. Then you take your screwdriver and you tighten these screws on the side to make contact with the rail, just like that. And then when it powers up, the little light bulb comes on. I can power it up here real quick. What do I do with my 20? There it is. See if I can get it to come on here. There we go. Oh, ain't that cool? That's pretty awesome. Okay, quit playing around, Wally. And the last thing I decided to pick up, which is not an official Lionel product, it's made by Marks, was the Marks tin lithograph tunnel. Now I had one of these with my wind-up train set by Marks. I made a video on it some time ago. I've always loved the picture on the side of this tunnel. It is really cool. And again, this isn't an official Lionel product, but it works with, O-scale trains and stuff, so I made good use of it on my layout that I had at home. And I thought it'd be kind of nice to pick one up to include in this video, since I didn't have one of these when I made my video on my Marks wind-up train set. Pretty awesome.